Good day, everybody. Welcome to game number two between Cuba and Texas in the 2024 World Baseball Association playoffs. The divisional round continues in Globe Life Park in Arlington, Texas. Over 53,000 fans in attendance today. Wind blowing out to left field at 10 miles an hour. So a possibility here the balls could be flying out of the ballpark today. Mike Cuellar, 14 and 14 with a 3.49 ERA in the regular season. Off the base, Clayton Kershaw went 19 and 5 with a 3.18 ERA and 9.7 strikeouts per 9 innings. Lineup's essentially the same. Last game ended in a 5-3 verdict for Texas. Texas scored plenty of runs early. Cuba made somewhat of a comeback in the sixth, scoring 3 runs, but a home run by Eddie Matthews in the eighth pretty much sealed the deal. A 5-3 verdict. As we're looking to get this game going right here, Mike Cuellar had a really rough outing, 8 innings, 17 hits his last time, and he's looking to do much better than what he did in his first start, even though he managed to pick up a win out of all this, believe it or not. Lourdes Gurriel, Tony Oliva, and Rafael Palmeiro leading off against Clayton Kershaw, who in his last start had pitched 8 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. Let's get this game going. An enthusiastic crowd of Texas. Haven't seen their team win 125 games in the regular season for an all-time high. 19 wins for Kershaw. Looking to pick up win number 2 in the playoffs. Swung on and missed. Nice curveball for strike 3, and he's off to a good start. Oliva. The 1-0. Drive to left center. Playable for Berkman. He's under it, and he's got it. Rafael Palmeiro, 6 of 19 with 3 homers and 6 RBIs. 3 homers, though, he picked it up in the last series. Looking to continue his good hitting trends. There's the 1-2 to Palmeiro. Lines it on a base hit. So Spanks a single to center. In comes Yordan Alvarez, went 1 for 4 and struck out last game. Line drive and a base hit to right. First and second, Palmeiro running and the right fielder Robinson misplays it, botches it, and allows the runners to move over to second, and he'll be tagged with an error. Second and third for Tony Perez. Perez 1 for 4 with a strikeout last game, but he has runners at second and third with 2 outs. Here's the 0-1. Drives it to left field. Under it is Berkman, and he reaches up for the catch for the final out of the inning. Couple hits for Cuba, and an error. They aren't able to capitalize on it, and I'll be up to Texas to do hit. Here is Mike Cuellar, 1-0, 8 innings, 17 hits, 4 runs, 1 walk, and 8 strikeouts. But he's got to do better than that. The 1-0 to Joe Morgan. Ground ball is short. Nice throw there by Campaneris for the first out. Campaneris struggling with the bat, but he could do his work on defense. That's a good sign. Speaker's 5 of 17 in this postseason. The 2-2. Ground ball to second. Gurriel will fire to Palmeiro, and there's out number 2. So 2 quick outs. Face Frank Robinson made that error. On the field, what was left unscathed, again, Robinson 1 for 4, but a big 2-run home run in the last game. He has 4 home runs these playoffs. There's the 1-2, the 2-2. The Robinson ground ball to short. Fires to first out of the inning. So 3 ground ball outs, and Cuellar keeping the ball down. If he does that, he's going to be tough to beat. Robert, Campaneris, and Grandal to come in and hit. Here's a pitch of Kershaw. Weak pop-up in foul territory. Under it is Taubensee. He makes the catch. Campaneris went 0 for 2 last game and is 2 for 14 overall. He does have a 2-1 count, though. See if we can make something happen here. Weak pop-up. This will be for Cecil Cooper, and there's a second out of the inning. He has Manny Grandal 1 for 12 in his postseason. Finally got his first playoff hit last game. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Nice curveball to end the inning. And Texas comes up to hits with Matthews, Berkman, and Cooper on deck. Eddie Matthews hit a home run, his second of the postseason, to provide an insurance run for the win. Cuellar to face Matthews. Swung on and missed. Nice curveball. Berkman, 1 of 14 this postseason. First ball hitting. Got him. A drive to Robert, but it's right at Robert. He makes a catch. Cooper, 2 of 15 with an RBI. Drive to the center, and this will fall in to the glove of Robert for the second out, and a 1-2-3 inning once more. So Cuba hanging in there. Cuellar, Gurriel, and then Oliva. 3-2. Struck him out. Good curveball. Gurriel, 2-1 pitch. Drives it to left, but this play for Berkman. There's a second out. So not much doing here for Cuba so far. A 2-2 to Oliva. Ground ball to second. Morgan will throw to Cooper to end the inning. And once again, a relatively uneventful inning here. Here comes Texas with Banks, Taubensee, and Kershaw. Ground ball to short. Campaneris throws to first. And some really good fielding here, but more in tune with Cuellar's good pitching, the 2-0, who's been able to keep the ball down. Taubensee drives it to center. There's a base hit for Texas. That's his first of the ball game. And Kershaw's at bat becomes more productive. He's going to get a good chance to bunt the runners over. Ball's popped up. Throw to second. Double play. Ball was driven right into the pitcher, who quickly fired to first for the double play. The 1-1-3 double play to end the inning. We're going to the top of the fourth. There is no score in this game. Palmeiro, Alvarez, and Perez, the power portion of their lineup comes in. The 1-2 to Palmeiro. We pop up the left, but this is playable for Berkman, and he's got it. Alvarez singled his last time up. The 2-2. Drives it to right, but right there is Robinson in shallow right. Makes the catch for out number 2. Tony Perez. Weak pop up to Cooper, and that will signal, no, to Morgan. That'll signal the end of the inning. Cuba once again goes down with relative ease. Morgan, Speaker, and Robinson. Here's the 0-2 to Morgan. Struck him out looking. What a beautiful screwball for the out. The 2-2 to Speaker. Ground ball to short. Campaneris fires the first. Nice play. Going up the middle and sort of crossing around about his body to pick up, to make the relay throw. Robinson 0 for 1. The 1-2. Swung on and missed. Good screwball. So he unleashes a screwball this time around. Well, the first 3 innings was more of a curveball, fastball type of thing. Robert, Campaneris, and Grandal, and they were a sit down with relative ease. See if they could do some damage here. The 1-0 is a drive the other way. This will fall in for a base hit. and Robert is on board. Cabaneris looking to get his bat going. Line drive, base hit to right. Robert rounding second, heading to third. Cabaneris hustling to second. He is in there with a double. So Robinson, a bit slow in getting to that ball. Cabaneris just hustling over to second. He makes it with a double. Grandal, they're going to walk him. Base is loaded to face the pitcher Cuellar. A 2-2. Struck him out. Nice fastball by Kershaw. Gurriel. Bases loaded. 1 out. There's a 2-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3 on a curveball. His 5th strikeout. Tony Oliva is taken out of the ballgame to be replaced by Jose Canseco. So there's an aggressive move here. The 1-1 to Canseco. He gets hit, and a run will score on a hit by pitch of all things, and a 1-0 lead. There's a sudden turn of events. Here comes Palmeiro with a 3-2. Swung on and missed and struck him out, but Cuba picks up a run. Robert scoring on Canseco's hit by pitch. That's up to Cuellar to keep the Texas bats quiet. The 0-1 to Matthews. Drives it to right. Playable for Canseco's come in to play right field. Here's Berkman, a 3-2. Ground ball to first. Playable for Palmeiro. There's a second out. Cecil Cooper, the 0-1. Ground ball to second. Gurriel fires to first and a 1-2-3 inning. Alvarez, Perez, and Robert. Alvarez singled his first time up. 3-2. Struck him out. Nice fastball inside the hands. Pitch to Perez. Ground ball right to second. Morgan will flip it to Cooper for out number 2. Robert singled and eventually scored this game's lone run. High fly ball for Robert. Back at the track, back at the wall. It's gone. It leaves the yard and a home run for Robert. His second of the postseason. And Cuba has now taken a 2-0 lead. Just like that. Cabaneris drilled a double his last time up. 3-2 pitch. Oh, they walk him. Boy, Kershaw, I don't like that call. Grandal, flat out and was intentionally walked. There's a 2-1. Throw to second, that'll be a steal. Cabaneris steals second base. 3-1, and they're going to walk him again. That'll bring in Mike Cuellar. drives it to left, but playable for Berkman. That'll end the inning. Cuba adds a run in the top of the sixth on a home run by Robert. They now lead 2-0. Banks, Taubensee, then Kershaw. The 3-0 to Banks, and he walks him on 4 pitches. Taubensee, the 1-2. Ground ball, the third, and there will be no play. That ball was hit too weakly, first and second. Nobody out. And Clayton Kershaw will leave after 6. And they'll bring in Don Baylor. So he makes his first appearance in this series. A 1-2. Struck him out. Nice fastball. Round number 1. Joe Morgan comes out of the ball game, and in comes Anthony Rendon to come in and pinch hit. His first hitting appearance this postseason. The 1-1. Drives it to left field. That's a base hit. And now the bases are all loaded. With 1 out. 2-0 for Cuba. Tris Speaker 0 for 2 today. There's a 3-1. Fly ball right field. This is play for Canseco. Nobody's running on his arm. There's a second out. Nice play. Questionable pitting decision for Speaker to hit on 3-1. But didn't get the job done moving the runner to home. Robinson 0 for 2 today. The 1-2. Drives it to center at the track, and he caught it. That'll end the inning. And Cuba goes out of this inning unscathed as they go to the top of the 7th. Anthony Rendon now playing at second base. Take a look at the stat line here. Joe Morgan, so in his game, decides to go 0 for 2 with a strikeout, and then was promptly removed from the game, which is probably a bit odd given effect of everything, but he went 3 for 3 in the first game. Take a look at the Kershaw stat line. 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts. Mike Adams making an appearance this postseason. Mike Cuellar still at 79 pitches through 6. And it's been really effective. Virtual and hitter. There's Lourdes Gurriel. I got a right-hander in here. That should be able to ignite the left-handed bats. Ground ball right to second. Rendon throws the first for the out. Canseco. There's the 0-1. The 1-0, excuse me. There's a line drive. There's a base hit. Canseco singles. 1 out in the 7th. Palmeiro, 1 for 3 today. The 1-1 pitch to him. Drives it to center high. It is deep. No doubt about it. It is gone. "4-0 Cuba." And Palmeiro rips his 4th home run of the postseason. A big 2-run blast. 421 feet to center. You're taking a commanding 4-0 lead. Here comes Alvarez. That was the thing about pushing the right-hander in. You got those left-handed bats waiting. Palmeiro was definitely waiting. Let's see what Alvarez is able to do here. The 2-2. Drives it the other way. There's a base hit. Tony Perez 0 for 3 today. Here's the 1-0. Ground ball to third. On a second for the force out at second. 2 down. Luis Robert 2 for 3 with a solo home run. Near the foul, near the right field, the foul pole. There's a 2 for Robert again. Ground ball to short. Banks will throw to Rendon to end the inning, but 2 more runs come in for Cuba. They have a 4-0 lead entering the bottom of the 7th. Matthews, Berkman, and Cooper. The 1-2 to Matthews. Lines it in a base hit. They're starting to get to Cuellar. Berkman ice cold here is the 0-2. Struck him out in the inside corner. Nice fastball. Cooper, the 0-1. Weak pop-up. Playable to Campaneris. There's a second out. Ernie Banks. The ever dangerous Ernie Banks, the 0-1. Drives it to center, but this will be playable for Robert to end the inning. 7 complete for Cuellar, and he's pitching a gem. Mike Adams in his second inning of work. Campaneris, Grandal, then the pitcher. Swung on a miss, struck him out. Grandal for 1 with 2 walks. The 1-0 to Grandal, he flips over to the left side. It was a ground ball to second. Rendon to Cooper for the second out. Cuellar is going to stay in there as a 3-2. Swung on a missed and got him. So 1-2-3 inning. Mike Adams redeems himself here. Taubensee, then Adams, then Rendon. A 3-1 to Taubensee. Drives it to right. It is high. It is deep. It's gone. And Ed Taubensee with a solo home run to make it 4-1. And we sort of saw maybe last inning. They're starting to get to Cuellar. Hornsby to come in and pinch hit. The Raja, as we would call him. Weak pop-up. High in the air. Campaneris under it. He makes the catch. Rendon drives it to right. Playable by Canseco. That ends the inning. The Rangers do score a run. Well, they do score a run, but this inning's not over. There's Speaker. There's a 2-2. Excuse me about that. Drives it the other way. That was a base hit. That's what they call putting your foot in your mouth. As Speaker prolongs this inning, Robinson. A 1-2. Ground ball to third. I'll throw to first. Nice play by Perez. There's the final out of the inning. And on to the top of the 9th. As Arthur Lee Rhodes to come on in the pitch. Bullpen is ready to being used here. The 0-1 to Gurriel. Drives it to center as a base hit. Canseco singled. 3-1 is a drive. High, it is deep, it is way gone. Home run for Jose Canseco. It is 6-1. Boy, he took him really deep here. And a 6-1 at this point. And boy, this is a shocker. Palmero, a 2-1. He blasted high. It is deep. It is gone. His second home run of the game. His fifth of the playoffs. 7-1 Cuba. Alvarez, 2 for 4. There's a 2-2. Drives it to center near the track, but it is caught. And finally, the first out of the inning. Perez 0 for 4 today. The 1-1 drives it to left into the corner. He's in there with a double. As they're really turning it on here offensively, 11 hits by Cuba. Robert 2 for 4. The 0-2 struck him out. Took a little something off that fastball. 1 for 3 with a double. Walked, stole a base. Good signs here for Campaneris. Drives at the center of the base hit. And a run will score. No, they got him. Nice throw in center by Speaker. However, 3 more runs come in for Cuba. They now have a commanding 7-1 lead. Matthews, Berkman, and Cooper. The square's still in there. 3-2. Weak pop-up. Right to Campaneris for the first out. Berkman 0 for 3. 3-2. And he walks him, bringing in Cooper, who's also 0 for 3. Here's a 3-2. He struck him out. Nice framing by Grandal for the second out. Banks, the lone player left here, try to get this game going. Struck him out looking, and that'll end the ball game. As Cuba just drubs Texas. 7-1. Mike Cuellar will pick up the win. He now is 2-0 in a postseason. Kershaw falls to 1-1. Home runs by Robert, Taubensee, Canseco, and 2 by Palmero. Time of the ball game. 3 hours and 32 minutes. And Cuba takes a game on the road and flips it to their advantage here, limiting Texas 6 hits. The final score here, 7-1 Cuba. They tied the series at 1. As we head out now to Estadio de Giron in Havana, Cuba for the next 3 games. And we'll be very happy to send you these games along. Well, I'd like you to thank you for listening and watching these games. I'm having fun doing them. And a long regular season is culminating to these playoffs, and hopefully these games are going to get much more close and interesting. You got teams that are not supposed to win, and they are. And it moved up into the second round. We'll see if this trend continues. We're going to see any more surprises. Please follow us on our World Baseball Association page on YouTube, and we'll be able to get a whole slate of games here today. Hopefully we'll get Puerto Rico and Venezuela for game 2. Maybe we'll be able to get New York and Florida and Pennsylvania versus Georgia in game 3. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Take care. See you next time, and keep smiling. Bye, everybody.